Hey, welcome back. You are now watching We Talking Sports.
Hey, thanks for joining us here at We Talking Sports. We got a lot to talk about this week, lots to talk about. Make sure, if you like the broadcast, make sure you hit that like button. You can give us a call and join the show here at 216-402-1315. Or you can follow us on Twitter at We Talking Sports 2, on Instagram at We Talking Sports, and TikTok, We Talking Sports 6. So, like I said, lots to talk about today. This is Steelers week, but we're going to start off talking about those Cleveland Cavaliers who've been on the roll. The Cavs have been on a roll. They're rolling out that big lineup, and they've had some success with it. They knocked off 3 playoff teams consecutively before losing to the Lakers last night. But at the end of the day, I like what I see. I like the direction that they're heading in.
You being funny?
I'm not being funny at all.
You said the Cavs have a big lineup. You
So, am I here? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
So here's what I'm gonna say about the Cavs. I'm very, very impressed. Now, I still don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. Vegas got them at 27 games, over and under 27 and a half. I'm not really ready to move that yet. But here's what I see. I see a team. Well, so the first thing I'll say is I see a team that is playing hard while the real teams, are really trying to figure themselves out.
Well, not a slight to the Cavs.
Not a slight to the Cavs. Not a slight to the Cavs, but I don't think they're better than the Clippers or Denver. Although they just beat them in their house, I'm not going to say that they're going to finish the season with a better record than the Clippers or Denver.
I'm not saying that either.
So I'm more or less saying that what the Cavs are doing is while teams are trying to figure it out, they're a couple steps ahead. They are playing team basketball where other teams are playing more iso ball. And, with the playoff basketball, and the Cavs really don't have any iso players.
Because they don't have the talent to do that.
They're probably playing like the way the Golden State Warriors play. But what I do like is their defense is fantastic, and I really like the Marketing dude. I love somebody that can shoot.
Right,
so
he's a 7-footer. So what I see, and again, I brought this up several episodes ago, when I told you I went to that preseason game and they first rolled out this lineup with the 3 7-footers. What you notice is other teams don't quite know how to react to it, because it's like those 3 7-footers, they cause problems around the rim. If you notice, even yesterday, LeBron was able to get to the basket, but it's hard to get to the basket against the Cavs because they have 3 7-footers, and 2 of them are very athletic, in Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen. So if you're gonna beat the Cavs, you're gonna have to knock down some jumpers.
No, I don't. Right now, yeah. So if you look at those 2 games, obviously LeBron has his eye on the Cavs.
That's why I wish LeBron had not played last night. Because if LeBron had not played last night, the Cavs would have beat the Lakers. And let me put that in context for you, because you know how I feel about Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook. They they're very talented basketball players, but they have a low basketball IQ, meaning they just play stupid basketball. There's no excuse for them going to Oklahoma City and losing. Okay,
there's no excuse for Denver to let Cleveland come in.
No,
there's no excuse to let Denver come in and beat Cleveland.
Who does Denver have this top 75 in all of NBA history? Who does Denver have this top 75 all of NBA history? Nobody. The Lakers have 2 players that are top 75 in their prime. They're in their prime.
That top 75 was subjective at this point.
Well, it is. It is. But I'm just saying, it's no excuse for that. That they should literally be embarrassed. They should be embarrassed.
This is the beginning of the season. That's the same reason why
it's the beginning of the season for Oklahoma City too. It's the beginning of the season for everybody. So why can one team use it as an excuse?
Let me know when I can get my part out.
Go ahead.
So the thing is okay. So right now, Cleveland went into the Clippers and they went into Denver and they won those 2 games. Now, if this was after the All-Star break and they were trying to fight for playoff position, that wouldn't have happened. So the Lakers losing to Oklahoma City, it's not like, oh my God, the sky is falling. It's the beginning of the season. If that happened, if the Lakers were a half a game out of the number 1 seed and it was March and they lost to Oklahoma City, that's a story. Right now in October, that's not a story. Just like I said, it's no different than Cleveland going in and beating those teams. Now, in my opinion, they took Cleveland lightly.
Let me ask you a question.
But LeBron ain't gonna take them lightly.
That's the point. That's the point I was just getting ready to make, because it's still the beginning of the season, right? But LeBron, because he knows that you can't take anybody lightly. That's why. That's not what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying. But listen. Let me say this. That's why I said I hope LeBron didn't play last night against the Lakers against the Cavs, because I know LeBron wasn't gonna let the Cavs come in there and steal a victory.
And it's LeBron. And it's the Cavs.
Exactly.
So I called it earlier that day. I was like, he's gonna play. It's the Cavs. He got to.
That's my point. LeBron knows the Cavs. So Denver don't know the Cavs.
LeBron
the Clippers don't know the Cavs.
They would have beat OKC.
LeBron know them, and so what I'm saying is, you say that this 7-foot lineup is. I don't think it's a difference maker, because LeBron was taking the ball right to the basket all day.
But that's LeBron. So
when other teams figure them out, they're going to be taking the ball right to the basket on them. But right now, they surprise them. But not taking nothing away from them, I really like the job that Bernie Bickerstaff is doing. And if they can bring Evan Mobley along and they can make him that ISO player, you got a decent roster. You got a good, and the only reason why I say decent roster is because you still got to get a number 2. You don't have a Robin. You hope dude will be a Batman, but it's nobody else that's just going to be that dude.
You got a couple potentials. You got Colin Sexton. You got Young Bull. You got Darius Garland, and I think those guys flash.
Young Bull ain't gonna be here next year. Or he ain't gonna be here, so we ain't got him.
Well, I'm actually, to be honest with you, I'm talking about this year.
Right. If you sit up and say that you think that, okay, so let's say the lowest floor of a Robin is the dude in Milwaukee. Those 2 dudes you talking about is never gonna be what he is.
Well, you're talking about winning the championship, though. I'm not even having that conversation.
What I'm saying is that you in the NBA you need 2 players. The Cavs don't have anybody on their roster right now that can be that second player. They don't have anybody on that roster. They have people that can be the third or a piece, but they don't have.
That's according
to you. As a city, we just gotta wait it out, because what's gonna happen is these super teams, they're not gonna be able to afford these super teams for long. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the super teams is like Love and Hip Hop. They're gonna be their own downfall due to drama.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
So when I say super team, that's not necessarily what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that in basketball, it's ISO basketball when it comes to winning. And you need 2 dudes. You can't have just one dude. You need 2 dudes who can score when the other dude ain't scoring. So, like I said, the lowest ceiling, the worst of them is probably the dude in Milwaukee. Nothing taken away from the game. He's a good player. Now, you got Damian Lillard, who is that. You got Stephen Curry, who is that. But these 2 dudes on the Cavs ain't about to do none of them.
That's contradicting.
Yeah, it is.
That's contradicting, because you can't.
Who's Golden State's number 2 then?
Not even that. You can't say the game's all ISO ball, but you need a number 2. That's contradicting in itself. But the problem is it's not ISO ball.
How is that contradicting? I don't understand. How was that contradicting?
Because it's not a game. If it was a game of ISO, then people would just be coming up the court running ones all day.
That's what they do. And when it's not LeBron, it was Kyrie. Or if it was not LeBron, it was Dwayne Wade.
That's how you close out the game. That's not how you play for 4 quarters. And it's a difference in the 2.
That's crunch time type stuff.
Okay.
They're not gonna do that all game.
So let me say this. This is my point that I'm making. So the definition of my point is that the reason why the Cavs, if they do not have a Robin, they have Evan Mobley, who they hope is the dude who you can turn to, who can just score a basket whenever you need a basket. They don't have another dude on their roster that is like that. They don't have another dude who you can just say, okay, give him the ball and let him operate the offense. Those dudes are usually 6'7", 6'8". The reason why I mentioned Dame and Steph is because those are two dudes that are not 6'7", 6'8", that can play that role. But I'm saying that these two dudes on the Cavs are not that. So in order for them to be a serious contending team, they need to sign a Paul George, or they need to sign a Kawhi, who is a Robin. I mean, who is a Batman. But I'm just saying they need that type of player in order to become, okay, this is a good basketball team or a contending basketball team. But that's good, though. That is a good thing because
they have young players and we don't know who they're going to be. You acquire those
types of dudes in free agency. And they're in a position where it's harder to get the Batman than it is the Robin. You got to draft the Batman. You can sign the Robin. So they're in a good situation.
So speaking of Robin, the Philadelphia 76ers are in a predicament where Ben Simmons, who I guess is their Robin,
prima donna,
is not playing right now. And he's claiming that he has mental health issues that doesn't allow him to practice or play.
Let me tell my boss that.
Let me say this, though. One thing, because again, the Philadelphia 76ers as an organization, they're playing chess with Ben Simmons because Ben Simmons doesn't want to play for the organization, and the organization's like, okay, well, if you don't play, we're not going to pay you. He says, I have mental health issues. They're like, okay, well, make sure you go into your therapy sessions. So you know what I'm saying? It's a chess match between the organization and Ben Simmons.
Crying your Porsche, bitch ass.
Last week, in last week's episode, the question came up, is it okay for a man to have mental health issues as an athlete? And just to kind of put that in more perspective, in sports like basketball, one person makes a tremendous difference. In football, your quarterback, it makes a tremendous difference. So if a person with that much responsibility says he has mental health issues, is that okay?
Yes.
What are we arguing again? Are we saying, like, is it okay if he...
It's just a question. Does society accept mental health issues from men? Because we know Naomi Osaka had them. We know Simone Biles had them. And it was, I guess, tolerated / understood.
Yeah, because they were women.
No, okay, let me talk. So first, I will say you really can't compare the two, if we're going to be completely honest, because the challenges that women face compared to men are different. And if you don't want to acknowledge that, then you're not really acknowledging everything that women go through in sports. You can't compare the two. Those are two different situations.
That's what you let off with.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm definitely not about to step in that one. But here's what I will say.
Because what I will say
is what I don't like about this situation is no different than the NBA player that says, "Oh, now my religion is against COVID or whatever, or the vaccine." I don't like when people use. Okay, so if mental illness is a serious issue out here, then for Ben Simmons to just pull that out of his pocket and say, "Oh, y'all hold my money," let's use the mental illness card. To me, that's the problem right now, and I don't know how you can solve that because you can never say, "Hey, this person is faking" or "This person is real."
Exactly, and that's the whole point. That was the point when a man, because has there ever been a situation where a high-profile athlete that was male used mental health as a reason that he can't perform? No, as a reason
Kevin
he
Love.
can't
When
perform.
LeBron said, when LeBron went through all the, what did he say, sign in or sign out. What did he say?
Get in, fit in, or fit out, or
fit
whatever.
in or fit out. Right. And so Kevin Love turned that into, it was my. I don't want to say that.
Here,
Kevin Love said, I don't want to say he turned that into, because that would be implying that I'm saying that he's being false, and I don't want to do that.
So,
but he did. That was the excuse of why he wasn't getting along with the team, why he didn't fit in, and he became the poster child of mental health.
yeah, but it didn't stop him from participating in what was a championship season, and it didn't really stop him from being part of the team. So, Fallon, are you saying that a man can take a mental health or use mental health as a reason as opposed to, or is it not acceptable, in your opinion, as a woman?
In my opinion, I think a man can use it as, I don't want to say as an excuse, but as a reason. But I don't think it's fair to say that it's more socially acceptable for a woman to use that as a reason.
I'll just go. So it's not, when I say we're arguing the wrong thing, it's not that I'm arguing his mental health, right? If we think about it, sports is all mental. When it gets down to the fans, so what the fans wear, when it gets down to the stadium music they play when you score, the music they play when you mess up, whatever, it's all mental. Right. But that's what separates you from Billy Badass down the street, is that you can handle the mental. You are the best in the world. If you can't handle it, you can't handle it. It sounds like you don't need to be a professional more. And then hold on. And here's what I'm saying.
Let me touch on that point. At the end of the day, these are still human. You make it seem like they're superhuman. These are still people.
They are superhuman. That's why they're professional.
No, they're not.
That's why they're professional.
People at
no,
the
they're not
day.
regular people.
No.
Okay, well then how did they get that Porsche?
That's like saying
they're not regular people.
That's like saying Beyonce isn't a regular person.
She isn't. She's a millionaire, halfway a billionaire.
So I kind of agree with Chad on this one, because I think what he's saying is that, okay, so when you play high school football, there are mental things that you have to deal with as far as the away crowd and stuff like that. And the people that don't have the mental capacity, they don't make it to the next level. And then when you get to college and you playing in front of 105,000 people every day, and they're calling you names and stuff like that, if you don't have the mental capacity, then you don't make it to the pros.
But
when he says that those people
that's what I'm saying.
What?
Y'all are looking at things like in the Stone Age.
No, I'm not. We're talking the reality of the situation.
And
that's what I'm saying.
Let me finish saying what I'm saying. What I'm just basically saying is that when he says you are a professional, you are now, what did he say, superhuman? Yeah, because you've passed all the mental hurdles. No, there are some people that have better ability that run faster than you
because of your talent, your physical
talent. No. Let me finish. But there are people that may run faster than you, that may jump higher than you, that may do all of those things, but because they can't handle it mentally, they never make it.
No,
so the people that make
it, if they're not in the pokey, they do make it because you're there because of your physical ability. That's what.
No, you're there. You're there because of your availability. The most important ability is availability. So if you can't be there because of mental problems, then you will never become a running back that will even play in college.
So what if you got a hamstring? So if you got a hamstring, you can't play then? If you pull a hamstring, it's an injury.
It's a physical injury.
Mental illness is an injury too.
But mental illness is continuous. The difference is your hamstring is gonna heal. Your mental may never heal. That can be broken forever.
You can get mentally stronger when you
okay, so what you're saying is
recover and you rehabilitate your mental to make yourself stronger so you can keep
right. But at that point, guess what you're not doing? You're not playing, you're not at that level no more. What I'm saying is sports psychiatrists and all that stuff exists. And he's not the first professional athlete in history to have mental health issues. He's just the first one to publicly quit about it.
Because he's taking a stand. He's setting a standard.
Is he taking a stand?
Yes.
Because before it was about him getting traded and it was about all this other stuff. Now he doesn't want to play. That's my biggest thing. You didn't have this problem before.
Let me give an example. Let me give an example because y'all blowing down on Ben Simmons. And again, you guys are bringing his contract situation into it. He didn't.
Thank you.
So,
it was we didn't do that. Him and his team did, and his manager did that. He could have resigned.
Your reason. You justifying your reason.
What reason?
other stuff that don't have nothing to do with
It does. It has everything to do with everything.
Because you want to justify your reason.
It has everything to do with everything. So Fallon, tell me about his contract since you want to talk sports.
When the Miami Heat played the Dallas Mavericks,
that was a low blow.
When the Miami Heat played the Dallas Mavericks in the finals, LeBron choked.
Did he play?
I think,
but did he play?
Let me make my point. Everybody realized that LeBron choked. LeBron wasn't taking shots in the fourth quarter. It looked like he had checked out mentally. And it was well acknowledged.
Yep.
Everybody knew that.
Yep.
In the offseason, what did he do? He went to a sports psychologist,
right?
And it helped him learn to deal with the pressure.
100%.
The very next year, he came back and he was able to close games out in the fourth quarter.
And that's all groovy.
So hold on a second.
But you missing the key words in your own statement.
Let me finish.
Off season.
But let me tell
you, he played.
No, but look, it's not fair.
Because he was able to get help and heal mentally. Because that helped him. So the point is, because you have a mental illness, it doesn't mean that you're just damaged goods and you can't be repaired or you can't get it fixed and you can't grow from it. Because LeBron James is evidence that you can.
Facts. I have my own mental health that I've grown to learn from. I'm not saying it's not fixable, but you have to want to get it fixed. But the key word you said was LeBron waited till the ass off season. The key word you said was that he played and he choked. He was willing to risk it. That's why LeBron is the best in the world. Because he's willing to go out there no matter his mental health and throw up a shot. At least he tried. He's a quitter.
Okay,
you think he's the only person that with mental health issues? Cry me a river.
Right.
Cry me a river, millionaire.
Well, you could just say he didn't handle the situation the best way.
And that's all I'm saying. That's why I said I don't think we're having the right argument when I open with that. I open with that for a reason.
You guys, this is the issue that I had. You guys were condemning people with mental health issues.
I would be the last person to condemn somebody with mental health issues.
You were saying that you can't be a pro if you have mental health.
No, I'm just saying there's a difference because pros can handle it. Pros find a way to manage, like get sports psychiatrists, like you said. It's the way he handled it. That's why I opened up with that. It's the way.
Because what Sean is basically saying is that if mental illness is your issue, or if hamstring is your issue, or if whatever is your issue, then step away, get it healed, and come back. LeBron did not step away. Exactly.
Isn't that what he tried to do?
Yeah, do that shit on the off season. Okay. Do it when you don't have to practice. Do it when you're not. Don't go to the club. Go to your sports psychiatrist.
Hold on. If you look at it, what LeBron James did is not what Ben Simmons did. What Michael Jordan did is not what Ben Simmons did. Michael Jordan could not win the finals. He went back on the offseason, trained, and won. Now, could it be mental illness? Could it be that the bad boys was beating his ass? Whatever it was, he had a hurdle that he had to cross over in order to do it. No different than LeBron.
So
LeBron had a hurdle that he had to cross over in order for him to win the championship.
Do you schedule mental illness?
Thank you.
Do you schedule mental illness? Can you say, you know what, mental illness, I'll address you in the offseason?
Wait.
No. Can you schedule a hamstring?
My point is,
no. That's not, Dad, you know what I'm saying, though.
When he decided to step away during the offseason, how old was he when he did that?
You mean the offseason?
He's probably about 24, 25.
The offseason, or did he leave in the middle of work? The offseason, or did he leave in the middle of work?
He blew the finals.
Oh, so you mean he played?
But he blew it.
So he played through his mental health, but he played nonetheless. All I'm saying is if I go to work and I tell my boss I got mental health issues, he going to be like, I don't know how much FMLA you got, but you better be back in 30 days.
But look, at the end of the day, we never going to come to an agreement because how y'all thinking is in the Stone Ages.
No, I'm thinking reality as a normal person. I can't just quit my job because I have mental health issues.
You're not even taking or considering the fact that these are still people at the end of the day.
I'm not, you're still missing my point. I'm not saying mental illness isn't real. They have to deal with it. I don't respect the way he handled it. But once again, that's what I said. You're playing basketball with the best in the world. Team USA is the best in the world. And what you did was you said, I couldn't hack it right now. I can't.
So to me, I don't think they're normal human beings. I think that they are
right, and we'll never agree on that. Well, then that's why we'll never agree because
But here's the reason why I say they're not human beings. So let's look at the girl that was in the Olympics that used the mental health
Simone Biles. You talking about Simone Biles?
Yeah, Simone Biles. So she could not mentally get up on that balance beam, and she had so much stuff going in her head that if you got something thinking about X, but you supposed to land on this beam, you could seriously get injured. So a professional athlete has such concentration. They're able to lock in and block out everything so well that they don't have a mental issue. So if you have a mental issue, you don't get to that level. That's my point.
Okay, so
you don't get to that level.
But did you know that Simone Biles was not only dealing with mental issues, but she was also dealing with twisties, which is a thing that gymnasts go through when they can't. What does it say? Hold on.
And she won what? 13 gold medals. So obviously mental issues. She had the mental issues her whole life.
But she was also dealing
able
with
to
a
block
physical.
that out.
She was also dealing with something physical too that only gymnasts really know about. We don't really
Only
know
thing-
what twisties is, but twisties is a diagnosis when I think like you can't really know where
I'm
your
sorry, I went to
spinal
the bathroom. What does Simone Biles have to do with anything we're talking
because
about?
we're bringing her up now, but you walked away during that.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. What are we bringing her up for? How's she relevant?
So the
to
reason why,
conversation?
Her
so the
mental
reason why I
illness.
brought her up,
But you just
the
said
reason
something
why I
physical.
brought her up
Because she
was
was also
because
dealing
Jack
with
brought her up.
physical-
Let him address it.
She was also dealing with physical issues at the same time also.
And what?
the reason why I brought her up is because mental health has been something that's not new to her. I'm assuming the Naomi Osaka, the tennis player, that's something that wasn't new to them. But these people that I'm talking about hit the highest marks in their profession. So they had to mentally block out everything that they were dealing with in order to succeed. So if mental health is an issue, then why how did they even get to that part?
No different than a hamstring. No different than a hamstring.
What's no different than a hamstring?
You can pull your hamstring at any point.
Thank you.
Right.
It doesn't mean you're not a great athlete.
It doesn't.
It doesn't mean you won't recover. It just means right now you're injured.
So let me explain
why
what a
bring up
case
the
of
mental
let
health?
me explain what a
It's
case of
mental
twisties
health
was going
in
through.
a hamstring. It's the same thing. An injury
It
is an
isn't.
injury.
I can still do a
It's
backflip.
not.
No,
with
it's
mental
not.
health
No, it's
issues.
not because when you're dealing with a case
So
of
you
twisties,
can't.
no, you
no,
can't.
but are we
because do you
talking
know
about
what it
twisties
is?
or are we talking about mental health?
Because they all go hand in hand. You can't say,
No,
okay,
they
she
don't.
was only dealing with mental health. No, she was also dealing with basically.
If I tell you to shut
in the
up, that's
world,
verbal. If I
dealing with
slap
her
you, that's
hamstring.
physical.
A
You see what I'm
case of
saying?
twisties. It's a condition where gymnast loses his or her spinal awareness during a move.
Okay.
How are you gonna perform great when you're not even aware of your
But I'm not arguing neither of them. I'm not saying neither of them exist. I'm saying, are you out because it's physical or are you out because of it's mental? You can still, like you said about the hamstring. It's not the
both.
same
It's
thing.
both.
It's not the same thing.
Because if you have a hamstring and you trying to play and you're in pain, but you're not playing to your full capabilities, and then on top of that, you're dealing with all this other mental, psychological things.
You ever heard of the flu
How are
game?
gonna-
You ever heard of the flu game?
You're in a what is it? A chaotic work environment. You're not going
Hostile work
a hostile work environment. Who really is about to grow and evolve in a hostile work environment?
Well, look.
Haven't you worked in a hospital? I've worked in a hospital.
I'll
We
tell
all
you-
worked in a
And I
hospital.
had to remove myself because I knew it was going
Right.
eventually.
Eventually, it was going to take
wear
its
on me.
course.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think it was going to wear on you because I think you're tougher than that. I think you can handle it if you really want to, but it's why do it if you don't have to?
So look, this is
You see
obviously
what I'm saying?
a topic that we can go on and on about. I think we reached a point where we kind of have to agree to disagree on some things because we just see some things very differently.
Yeah, we think mental and physical are the same thing.
And I just feel like
I think they're both injuries.
They-
They're both injuries, but I can still do a backflip crazy.
What?
no.
I said I can still do a backflip while I'm crazy. You can't do a backflip with a torn hamstring or some shit.
That's arguable.
It is. And
Well,
it's not. When you're on
You
the
know what
ground-
I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You're just being argumentative.
not.
No,
And I-
it's not.
and again,
If you're not in the right
again, Tom, I
headspace,
100% agree with you.
if you're
Because,
not in the
okay,
right, if you're not in the right headspace and you're on that beam jumping and twisting, you can kill yourself or seriously
No.
injure yourself if you're not in the right mind space.
Thank you.
That's mind space.
But if you are,
Let's take something
but if
simple.
you
What is
are
your mental?
Let's
Your
take,
mental is your
okay,
mind.
let's take something
If you are
basic, right?
superior
I'll go to
athlete,
the
you can block
extreme.
that out.
If you break
Michael
your ankle,
Jordan-
can you do a front flip right now?
What?
If you
Michael
break your
Jordan's
ankle,
dad-
can you do a front flip? If your
Yeah,
ankle is
so-
broken, I'm asking you. If you snap your foot in half,
I'm sure
right
there's
now,
somebody walking.
Yes.
I'm sure there's people with one leg that can do front
I was
flips.
just about to say
So,
the
yeah,
same thing.
yeah,
Okay. How about this? Can you hop on one foot on a broken ankle on that one foot you have? Let's go extreme with
Here-
it, just for the sake of argument. If you have
Here-
one
here's what I'm
leg,
saying.
can you jump up and down on that one leg if it's broken?
Probably
Michael
not.
Jordan-
No, so it's probably not, right? But can you do that if you're bipolar and don't take your meds? That's a mental illness. Basically, I'm
Michael-
saying physical and
They
mental are not
have
the same
different
thing.
effects. they have different effects. Your mind is as important.
Thank
Your
you.
mind is what makes your body work.
But we're talking
Why
about
don't you
capability.
understand that?
Your mind is.
Here. When Michael Jordan's dad died, I'm sure he was going through mental stuff, but he was mentally strong enough to block that out and still win a championship. Now, you telling me he wasn't dealing with his dad died, but if he were to pull his hamstring or if he were to tear his ACL, he wouldn't have been able to play. So he was mentally strong enough to deal with that.
Hold on a second. Phillip Rivers played a whole half of a football game with a torn ACL. Muhammad Ali fought a 12-round fight with a broken jaw. So physical and mental can take you out, physical and mental you can work past. It depends on what the injury is.
But then again, that's what separates you from being a professional and the best in the world.
No, it depends what you're going through mentally. And we don't know that. So we don't have the right to be sitting here saying, oh, you can keep going. You could keep doing it. That's not our right. We don't know what they're going through. We don't know they challenge. Right. That's not your place.
Hold on. First of all, stay on key. Because like I keep telling you specifically, you're arguing the wrong thing.
No, I'm not.
Get out of your own way. Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. You getting mad because I'm beating your points.
No, if I really wanted to beat your point, I would just talk sports because I know you don't know none.
I'll tell you what. This is going in the wrong direction.
I'm gonna walk away because at the end of the day, I said
you're gonna walk away because you ain't got nothing else to say.
No, I'm about to end on my point.
Don't be that guy.
Oh, y'all ganging up on me now? Y'all ganging up on me now? Hey, I was talking to her. She has a microphone. She's grown. She's an adult. She has a microphone.
I'm grown, and I'm gonna walk away.
So why you?
Are we talking sports? Are we talking sports?
No, we're talking mental health. No, we're talking mental health.
You being
That's what we're talking. We're talking mental health.
I'm gonna walk away.
I can't do this. I can't do this conversation because I broke my finger.
That was one segment, y'all.
Conversation. I broke my finger.
So we're gonna transition over to the NFL. This is Steeler week, and we got a special guest in studio. We got a Steeler fan.
Who is that?
Rollo. Come on, have a seat. Come on, have a seat, brother. Put your headset on. We about to talk sports. And before, this actually goes out to Steeler Nation, okay?
What goes out to Steeler Nation? What goes out to Steeler Nation?
You say what goes out to Steeler Nation?
You didn't hear that? You didn't hear that? I think you was talking, so you probably didn't hear that.
No, I didn't hear anything,
I just played the Dave Chappelle cut. You know what I'm saying? And
I
I said that out to Steeler Nation. You know what I'm saying?
Today.
I hate you. Okay. I hate your guts. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and only you. No, you my man. You my man. James, thanks for joining us, man. Thanks for joining us.
You know what? But like I say, like this, man. Browns and Steelers week is a great week, but it's hard to respect a lot of Browns fans when I couldn't see you for 10 to 12 years. And now you fans are telling me, let me get a bet. We never said we wanted to bet y'all. We knew we owned y'all. But now all of a sudden, y'all think y'all own us. It's cool.
Hey, the tables have turned.
I don't think
the tables have turned. It's no fun when the rabbit has the gun, huh?
I don't really think you have the gun. I really don't.
So are you expecting a W tomorrow?
I'm opposed to. I'm a fan of my squad, but reality say, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. We're not that good this year. It's respect. I respect that we're not that good. I respect
Jesus. I just came back from the bathroom. Is that a Steelers fan?
Yeah, big time Steelers fan.
What is going on in
big
here?
Time.
Wow. You know something, bro? I got more confidence in the Steelers than you do because I think the Steelers are going to win tomorrow.
I didn't say we wasn't going to win the game. I didn't say we wasn't
He
going to win
just
the game.
asked you point blank, do you think the Steelers are going to win tomorrow?
You know what? Like you say, look, Big Ben, offensive line, we're struggling right now, man. No, but it's a division game. You never know. Division go any type of way.
And you know what? That's why, to be honest with you,
got to be
don't
honest.
get me wrong. I strongly believe the Browns are going to win, but I don't believe they're just going to blow them out. I respect the Steelers as an organization, you know what I'm saying, as a team. Even though I think we have a better team, and I think we're going to win the game, I don't think we're just going to mollywop them.
You out here.
But I'm going to say this. Look,
you giving the enemy props right now?
But I'm going to say this.
I'm giving the organization props.
Wait till Monday.
It's okay. It's okay.
Wait till Monday.
You know what I'm saying? As a true sports fan, you can have respect for your opponent.
Not during the game, but not during the weekend.
During the Steelers as an organization, I respect that organization. I mean, look at a lot of the things. And actually, I'm not gonna sit here and continue to praise the Steelers as an organization, but I will say I respect the organization. Now, it ain't gonna be no respect for them on Sunday, but the Steelers again, they've been a model franchise.
I'm gonna tell you this. You know why we win this game? Because
Why
of
that?
your boy Baker Mayfield. If Case Keenum might have played, we might have took the L. You know what I mean? See, Baker is good, but the problem with him, he's hurt. Now he's playing for Baker Mayfield's not playing for his life. He's playing for his career right now.
So
he's playing for his career because he need to get paid. That's why he's coming to play. Now, if it wasn't Steeler week, he would have sat out.
I don't see it like that.
Exactly.
I think if he was hurt and he couldn't perform, I don't think the organization would let him play.
He been
I don't
hurt.
think
He
Kevin
been hurt.
Stefanski. Well, everybody in the NFL is hurt. It's a very physical sport. It's football. Everybody that plays is hurt.
When you demand the football as much as he do, he's hurt. His shoulder hurt. You can't tell me when you can torque in that football to throw it, your shoulder, your chest plate, you got to move your whole chest. It hurts.
Look, man, he practiced all week. He
As
practiced all week.
You don't get hit. You're not getting hit.
The medical staff cleared him to play. He can play. Now, if he looks like he's hurt on Sunday, you can come Monday morning quarterback the situation all you want.
We already know
at the
he's
end of the
hurt.
day,
He's not. He's only
everybody
playing.
in the NFL is hurt.
Why is he playing?
If you've played 6 games, 7 games up to this point, you got something on you that's hurt.
Unless they're on the juice.
Odell Beckham Jr. got a shoulder injury too, but he's gonna play. Jarvis Landry had an MCL issue, but he's gonna play. Nick Chubb had a calf injury, but he's gonna play. The NFL is such a physical sport that if you play one game, you probably got something wrong with you. Let alone 7 games into the season, everybody is hurt. But it's a difference between being hurt and being injured.
You're missing the point. Case Keenum and Baker Mayfield is pretty much the same quarterback. Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah.
No.
Am I right? Yes,
No.
yes they are.
No.
I'm gonna give
No,
Baker.
they're not.
I'm gonna give Baker the slight edge, just the slight edge because he won a Heisman. That's the only reason why you give him the
Not
slight
only
edge.
did he win a Heisman, he was the #1 draft pick.
That means
Case
nothing.
Keenum was an undrafted free agent. Can Case Keenum
Achilles,
play? Can
Achilles
Case Keenum
Smith was
play?
the #1 draft pick. Achilles Smith was the #1 draft pick. What does that mean? #1 draft
Oh, it
pick
means
means
nothing.
nothing.
It
That
means
means
nothing.
nothing.
You don't
Achilles
just
Smith
roll
was
out the
number 3.
bed and become the #1 draft pick in the
Achilles Smith
NFL.
was
If you're
number
the
3.
#1 draft pick in the NFL,
Thank you.
you can play. Achilles Smith was in a bad situation with a bad organization, so things didn't work out.
Let that
But
be
if
the
you're the
story.
#1 pick in the NFL, you can
Not
play.
necessarily.
all that
Not
means
necessarily.
is-
The dude for the
can
Raiders.
play.
The dude for the Raiders couldn't play.
So
dude for the Raiders couldn't play.
Jamarcus Russell. Jamarcus Russell.
Just because your career doesn't work out, it doesn't mean
All
that
you
you
did
can't
is you
play.
made it to the ultimate. You made it to the ultimate goal.
You're gonna be
That's
a
all you did.
journeyman?
When you
Yeah.
get there, when you come to the NFL, that's a marriage, man. And you know, it's a
fraternity.
Sometimes people get divorced. It doesn't mean that the husband's a bad person. It doesn't mean the wife is a bad person. It just means that the marriage doesn't work. Sometimes you draft a guy, and again, if you
You're
are
just
the
not
number
good.
1 pick in the
just
NFL
not
draft,
good.
you were talented.
we
You were
overevaluated
talented.
You say he was the #1 pick?
We
Yes.
just
If
overevaluated.
you're the number 1 pick in the NFL draft, you talented.
If you're
don't
the
roll-
number 1,
That's not. You don't become the number 1 pick by happenstance.
if you're the number
Right.
1,
That's
you're
not a
in
lottery
history.
ticket.
You're in history.
And you've accomplished a lot as a player. So if you're the number 1 pick, you can play.
No, we didn't say it couldn't.
Well-
play. No, we
So
didn't
I
say it
agree with my man that Baker Mayfield is Case Keenum, but I believe that his ceiling, he still has room to grow. But right now,
How long do
he's
you wait
Case
on
Keenum.
that?
Baker
How long do an
Mayfield-
organization wait on the man to grow? You've
Yeah.
been here for so. Look. Okay, you had a miracle run last year with us with the Browns. And you know what? And don't you
That
like you
wasn't no
say
miracle
hey,
year.
Yeah, it was a miracle year.
We're going to do
Hey,
it again this year.
And I can't tell
We
right
gonna do
now.
it
You
again.
know what? Right now I can't tell.
You gonna be able to tell
I'm
tomorrow.
gonna blame it on injuries right now. He needs to sit down this week and come and get rested up for the rest of the season. You forget, man. This is a 17-week season.
See, everybody
it's still early.
think that this is
It's
Baker.
okay.
That this is just Baker's decision. This is an organizational
No,
decision.
no,
You
it's
got
Baker's
doctors,
decision. No,
you got
I'm
head
telling you
coaches,
something, man.
and it's like
No,
they
wrong.
have more information than we have. They've been watching them in practice.
It's Baker.
You
Baker
know what?
wants to play because Case Keenum came in there and won that game. Now, if Case Keenum came and won that game. Now we're talking about Case Keenum versus Baker. Baker's playing for a contract. When you're playing for a contract, you need to step your game up. So he had to get in there.
So would Coach Stefanski let him play because of his contract?
Yes.
Here's where the team is right now. So many times a promising season has just fell right in the trash. And this has the look of that. And it's happened to Cleveland so many times. What, to me, the mistake that is being made right now is y'all are putting every egg in your basket. Y'all pushing your chips to the table because it's the Pittsburgh week. Y'all know how the fans are rabid. So what Baker is doing is he is really putting himself and the franchise in danger. Because if he goes out there
it's not Baker's decision.
and re-hurts his shoulder.
It is Baker's decision. It is Baker's decision.
If he goes out there and re-hurts his shoulder, he loses his $40 million a year contract.
He's not getting $40 million.
You can get an ACL. You can tear your ACL on any play. You can tear your ACL on any play.
Shoot, we've seen it. He has a chance.
All it takes
he
is
has
one
a
play.
chance to get his $40 million.
No,
If Baker takes his team, if Baker takes his team to the AFC Championship this year, he gets $40 million. If Baker Mayfield sits out the rest of this year, heals up, and take his team to the AFC Championship next year, he gets his $40 million. And to me, the next year is the better bet. To me, it's the better bet.
You correct
but
on that.
of course, Cleveland fans are so much. Oh, they've been talking shit about Pittsburgh so long.
Know what that means?
Y'all got everything. Y'all got everything to the middle of the table. And if you lose it all. Now you right back in the quarterback.
That's why I just told you. Baker has the Baker. Me and you best friends, but you the coach, right? And I come in there and say, man, I want to play, coach. What you think gonna go on? Man, Case Keenum, we behind closed doors. Me and you behind closed doors. We topping it up, talking. I'm convinced you finally say, you know what? I'm getting out there. You gonna let me out there because I'm your $40 million quarterback, not Case Keenum. Case Keenum. No, it ain't.
At the end of the day, Coach Stefanski get paid for W, not to make his quarterback feel good or make his quarterback feel like he can get his $40 million contract. You got to do what's in the best interest of the team.
And the best interest of the team is Baker Mayfield playing. That's best interest of the team. Baker is better than Case Keenum. Baker's better than Case Keenum. But right now, Baker is under pressure.
So what I'm saying, though, is everybody's focusing on his labor or his injuries. But have you seen an MRI? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know the level or the extent of his injury? But I bet you Kevin Stefanski does. I bet you the guy that made the decision has more information than any of us.
Sure, there's just no trust.
There's a reason we on the couch and he on the sideline.
That doesn't mean he can't make the wrong decision, though. That don't mean he can't make the wrong decision.
Anybody can make a wrong decision, but my point is he has more information than us to make that decision. So since he made that decision, respect it. Now, if he goes out there tomorrow and he looks injured or he re-injures it, then it's your right to second guess him, to question him. But for right now, you ride with him because the coach said he can play, so he can play.
We're going to ride with him, but the thing is, there's always going to be a but. And if anything happens, it's on you. So if you're willing to risk that,
we're that.
Okay.
And he takes that burden every week. Every game,
Baker's
people are
going
to second guess the calls he played. I mean, the plays he called. What you did on fourth down, whether you punted or you went for it. He understands that. So if he's making the call, respect it.
If Baker loses this game, then we calling for Case Keenum. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's why Baker should just sat out this game and came back on the following week and played.
Last week was an audition. That was an audition.
First of all, we're not going to lose.
That's here nor there.
Put that in the universe.
That's here nor there. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to say we're going to show
up.
I think they are going to show up Sunday.
We're going to show up.
Is that a towel on your shoulder, sir?
I ain't say nothing about
Pittsburgh Nation.
I got paper towels in there.
I ain't say nothing about Big Ben.
You want to blow your nose?
Last year in the playoff game, Big Ben watched the ball go over his head, and he just was staring at it while it was in the end zone.
I said y'all had a miracle season.
Big Miles had to go jump on it. You know what I'm saying?
Big old Ben.
Right.
Big stiff Ben.
He don't even want to play no more.
That man
talking about Baker. Big Ben don't want to play no more.
Big Ben out there like the Tin Man from The Wiz. Slide some oil to me. Let me lubricate my knees.
Can I talk about this year? We talking about this year. We talking about this year. But last year is gone in the past. What's this year? Right now, we won the same amount of games. We lost the same amount you lost, right? Last time I checked.
Who's bringing up losses? Who's bringing up losses?
Oh, we 3-3. We had a bye week. What are you 4-3? So when you become what 4-4? You're going to be sick, right? Last in the division.
Why you bringing up both stuff? Look, first of all, pay attention to this game. We gonna wash y'all. We gonna wash y'all.
Now when we be 4-3, and then you fall below us, then what happens? See, then you gonna be sick.
So
are y'all going to work? Will y'all go to work? Will y'all be at work Monday if y'all lose?
It may. I don't know. Is it gonna be a rainbow in the sky tomorrow? Look, we're gonna beat you guys. It's gonna go down. It's gonna go down.
So that actually brings up a good question. How big a game is this for the Browns, and how big a game is this for the Steelers?
No, this the Steelers to us is like our season. Steelers is the season on the line. The
season
on the line for the Steelers. The season on the line. The season on the line.
Okay, you're right. Okay, you're right. You're right, D-Jack. Everybody take an opportunity to
3-3.
answer that question.
Steelers are 3-3. This our season on the line. This is like the season game right here. This is make or break to me for us. No, even if it was Browns week or not, we need to win this game. We can't fall below 300. Below 500. Excuse me. You know what I mean? Can't blow that. But then this is a bigger game for the Browns because of the fact that y'all have aspirations of going to the Super Bowl. When we came to the season this year, we only supposed to win about 8 games anyway. We knew that. I knew that coming in.
Those
9
are
8
pretty
games.
low expectations.
No, listen to me. Listen.
All right, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna learn me something.
Every year, Pittsburgh is voted to go to the Super Bowl. That's every year. That's a favorite to win the division every year. Now, this is the first time in a long time we haven't been able to win a long time. Last year, we won the division. Year before that, we supposed to win the division. And the other years before that. Now, I can't say about you Browns fans because y'all ain't never supposed to win the division.
Oh, here you go.
Right or wrong?
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
No, don't do that, man. Y'all had 1 year of success and you don't not act. So, and then hold on. You know what? Hold on. No, listen to me.
Let me drive my new Porsche, man. Let me drive my new Porsche. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. A year before, 2 years ago, right? Y'all were winning, right?
That's 2 years ago.
Okay, then the next year, the expectations were good for the Browns, right? And then you fell off the boat. Then the next year after that, you became good again. And now all of a sudden, here we go again. Now y'all stumble out the gate. You stumble out the gate again. Is it Baker as an organization, or what's going on with your boys?
What's going on with Baker?
What's going on?
Well, first of all, I just want to let you know.
No, let's reel it back in. We're gonna let D-Jack answer that question again. How important is this to the Browns and/or the Steelers?
Okay, so for the Browns, this is probably the biggest game since they've come back into the NFL. So right now, they have Pittsburgh, and then the next game they have Cincinnati, and then shortly after that they got Baltimore, 2 straight weeks, and the bye in the middle. So right now, the season is in the balance for the Browns. Everything is on the line for tomorrow. That's, to me, the reason why Baker Mayfield is playing, and that is, but this is Pittsburgh's situation is we know that this is Ben's last year. We know that we're about to do a rebuild. We are positioning ourselves for this rebuild. So to me, it's not that big of a game for Pittsburgh. It's another game. It's a big game because you don't want little brother to beat you because you've always been in a higher position than them, and you don't want them to take that. So it is a big game from that perspective from them, but I don't know how important that is. For the Browns, this game is everything.
Well, I agree. I think it's a very important game for the Browns, but I also think it's a very important game for the Steelers.
Yeah, because we don't want to lose.
If you look at it right now, I think there's been like two divisional matchups thus far in this season. Meaning Baltimore played Cincy. I think Cincy played Pittsburgh. But the division hasn't really chopped it up a lot with each other so far. And at the end of the day, whatever the records are, because this is our first divisional game. So whatever the records are right now, it don't really matter. Like Pittsburgh, not Pittsburgh, but Cincinnati and Baltimore are ahead of us. But it doesn't matter because we have all of our divisional games left. And every time, if you want to climb to the top, the best way to do it is by beating your divisional opponents.
But Browns
and this is our first chance.
But the Browns really never
tomorrow. At the expense of them Steelers.
You don't really believe that, do you?
Oh, I know that. I know that.
Believe that, do you? You know what? You know what's funny about the Browns?
We gonna run all over them boys. Nick Chubb gonna run all over them boys. Nick Chubb, we gonna run for. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna give you a prediction.
Oh, let me hear that.
Okay, this is about to be funny.
We gonna run for 200 yards on the Steelers.
Because Dearness Johnson, don't tell me, because Dearness Johnson was a top 15 back if he was actually a starter. What Dearness Johnson would start on probably 13, 14 teams in the league. I'm sure that's what y'all been saying all week. So what is it? Dearness Johnson is
the next coming. He's supposed to be the next coming. supposed to be the
Who
next
is
coming.
Look, at
None
the
of
end of the day,
Dearness
we have a
Johnson
really
ranked-
good offensive line.
Yeah, one of
We
the
have
best.
a really good offensive line.
One of the best.
Could Dearness Johnson start for another team in the NFL right now?
No, I don't think
yes,
so.
he could.
No,
Yeah, he
no,
could. He
no,
could.
no. He's not.
He can
no.
start for the Houston Texans. He can start for the Houston Texans.
There you
I'll
go.
give you that right off. I'll give you right off the rip. He can start for the Houston Texans.
That is so
Let me ask
funny.
you this: who's the Houston Texans
Over
starting
Larry
running back?
Johnson, right? So they got their starter is Larry Johnson, who they traded for Arizona, who they traded D Hop for Arizona. So
No,
he would
no,
just
no.
walk right in and take his spot.
No, you know that because he can't run between the tackles. I mean, he's not an every down back. No, I'm not a fan of that. No. He
So
can't start.
Dearness
He can't
Johnson would
start.
just go
He's-
right in and just take his job.
He's
okay.
an
He could.
okay back because like
He
you
could.
like,
Yeah, he could.
See, that's what I say about Browns fans. You see some flash, and all of a sudden you say he's the next coming. That don't mean anything.
Thank you.
It's not the next coming.
We don't need the next coming because we have a currently
You just
here.
have
So
a
we
great-
we
you
don't
just-
need nobody that's
you just
coming
have
because
a
we
great
got Nick
offensive line.
Chubb.
You just have a
We
great
got
offensive
Kareem
line.
Hunt. We got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt.
I'ma tell
We
you-
don't need
You
the
just
next
have
coming.
hype, bro. You just have hype.
Yeah, the
Hype.
And know what?
That's
Oh,
just
so
hype.
wait a minute.
hamstring
So Nick
injury.
Chubb is hype. Nick Chubb is hype.
Hamstring
Nick Chubb
injuries.
is
Look at
good,
the
but
stats.
Nick Chubb
Look at the
hasn't done
stats.
anything, though. What has he done?
What has he done? Yeah, I don't need to know what has he done.
What has he done?
Russian, right? What has he done? Hey, I'm gonna tell you what he done.
Let me
Know what he done?
flip that on
He-
you. What hasn't he done?
Rushed for two.
Answer that question. What
He
hasn't
hasn't
he
won a
done?
rushing title.
Hey.
He hasn't won a Super Bowl.
Hey,
He
know what?
hasn't. He's won,
Know what?
He's
So who
won
in
and
the
won
NFL,
in
what
playoff
running back in
games.
the NFL
in 3
has
years.
accomplished those things that you're talking about?
I'm gonna say this.
What running back has accomplished those things in the NFL right now? Won a Super
What
Bowl
running back
and a
in the
rushing
NFL
title.
has
Yeah,
a-
won a
a
Super Bowl
rushing
and a
title?
rushing title. Yeah. What running back has done that?
I'm sure there's one. Give me a minute.
No,
Give me a minute.
there isn't. The rushing title has been run by Derrick Henry the past couple of years. And he's a beast, but
Right.
he ain't won no Super Bowl.
But he's not the only person that's won one. Zeke has won
Is
one.
Nick Chubb a
He's
top
already
five?
Super Bowl.
Is Nick Chubb a top five back in the
Kareem?
league? Is Nick Chubb a top 5 back in the league?
I say I
Yeah.
would agree with that. Yeah. I
Okay,
agree
then
with
what
that.
are we talking about?
I agree.
Then what are we talking
Hey,
about?
all
Y'all
I-
trying to dip
I-
Nick
no, I
Chubb?
ain't say-
You
all
want
I'm
to talk
saying is
dirty
this.
about
No,
Nick
I
Chubb?
ain't say-
That's
hey,
okay.
hey, Nick Chubb-
Hey,
It's in
the
tomorrow,
90s.
tomorrow they
Nick-
running for 220. Keep
Nick-
talking.
hey,
They gonna run for
Nick-
220 miles.
Nick
You know, got
Chubb-
200 with the 220.
Nick
Did you hear
Chubb-
me?
yeah,
It
Nick-
ain't happened since the 90s. Terrell Davis. Rushing title and a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Nick-
Okay, that don't happen very often.
Nick Chubb is
That's
a hell of a
30
running
years.
back, but every time Nick Chubb runs for almost over 200-300 yards,
He's a hell of a lot better than Najee
they
Harris.
keep lose the game.
Wait,
He's a
wait,
hell of
wait,
a
wait,
lot
whoa,
better
whoa.
than
You
Najee
talking?
Harris.
Wait, you talking spicy?
Nick Chubb runs for all these yards all the time, right?
Yeah.
And then when it comes down to the fourth quarter, what happens to your squad?
You want
It's
to
No,
kick the
tell
ball
me
too?
what happened. Because we played y'all back to back last year. So what? You tell me what happened.
You know what?
I'm
You know what?
interested. I'm
We
curious. I'm curious.
I'ma
You
tell-
tell me what happened.
No, I'm telling you.
Oh,
I'm
Dennis
talking
Beckham
about this
happened.
year. I want to talk about this year. I want to talk about last year. Last year is in the past. I can't go on last year.
You talking about when y'all was sitting on the bench like this at the end of the game?
But this year is in the future. We definitely can't talk about the future.
No, we
but
talking about right now. I'm talking
what
about
happened
okay.
last year?
Okay, know what? Last year we let you in the playoffs last year while you playing. We let you in the playoffs because we
let us in.
That old man you call a quarterback went senile and threw the ball to the wrong person.
No.
And then,
Mason Rudolph played that game. We let you in the playoffs here, and we was a throwaway from winning that game. You don't forget that now. Don't,
he used that towel to wipe his tears.
Don't forget that.
He was
now.
scared of
Throw
Big
away.
Miles.
Throw
He was
away
shook.
from winning that game.
Okay.
Throw away from winning that game. Now,
Mr. Mason saw Myles Garrett and it was like he saw Debo.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know what I remember?
Give me that train,
I remember
punk.
Ben Roethlisberger and Maurice Pouncey sitting on the bench crying. That's
Hall of
what I
Famer.
remember.
Yeah, I remember. I seen the Hall of Famer. I
seen
saw
them
Hall of
crying.
Famer.
The
I seen Hall of
Browns made
Famer.
the boys
Hey.
cry.
No,
The
we know
Browns
what?
made the boys cry.
We didn't make them cry.
They
We
had-
just
who did then?
No,
Who did?
the problem
What
was
made him cry?
that was his last game of this. That's his last game. Knew he was
Was it
retiring.
an L? Was it an L?
It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's an L.
Who gave him that L?
That was the worst I
seen.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this before you keep talking. You were winning that game, but then you thought about losing that game like you did before when your boy fumbled the ball 2-3 years ago up in Heinz Field.
Oh, here you go. 2-3 years ago?
How long ago was
2-3 years
that?
ago.
How long ago was that? How long ago was that?
When Mason got purple hearted?
Nah.
He got busted over his
Yeah,
head.
he got purple hearted out here.
busted over his head.
Got wounded in duty.
Hey, tell him to keep his mouth shut when he come to town tomorrow too. This is
Look.
more where that came from.
Yeah, we got
You know what I'm
FMLA
saying?
paperwork at the Brown Stadium.
Now when y'all lose this game, y'all gonna be sick, right?
No, I'll be drunk.
I know.
It ain't gonna happen. It
Y'all
ain't
should be.
gonna happen.
You know, you should be drunk now because it's a mirage that y'all actually is good.
Well, first off, I am drunk now. Secondly, I'll be drunk then too. And whatever's ready, I'm taking it on the chin. But it's gonna be a good game, and I'm ready for it.
So okay, so let's go around again. Let's get predictions for tomorrow. Start it off, DJ.
I'll say Pittsburgh 30 to 9.
Did you say Pittsburgh 30-9?
Yep.
That was disrespectful.
Rollo.
I don't think y'all got a good team. I don't think y'all got a good quarterback. I don't think y'all got a good wide receivers. I don't think y'all got good defensive backfield. Only person you really got
I can't even
good
believe you said that. I can't even believe you said that.
I had to look at the phone to make sure he was still on it. I almost hung up.
Hey, I don't know who you are, but what the hell did you do with DJ?
Where is he at?
Where is he? You know what I'm saying? Let him go.
Bruh, let me ask you this. What team has the Browns beat this year?
Okay, you know what? We're not gonna go to that.
Every good
Hold
team
on.
y'all
I'm gonna
played-
pass it on
every
to
good team
Rollo.
y'all
I'm
played,
gonna pass
y'all
it
got-
on to Rollo.
y'all got the doors blown
for
off y'all.
predictions. I'm gonna pass
Hold
it
on.
to
You
Rollo.
said-
we didn't get the doors blown off us in no game. We lost a couple games. We didn't get the doors blown off in no game. Go ahead, Rollo. Your
The
prediction.
Chargers?
Yeah, that wasn't the door.
That was a 5-point lead.
It's a 5-point lead.
Well,
They
5-point
just blew
loss,
leads. Like I always say, Baker's good, but when it comes down to the end of the game, you need that critical throw. He just can't do it. No, that's the problem with Baker.
It's because he got a torn labrum.
There you go. There you go. But
Wow.
like I say, with the prediction tomorrow, Steelers 24, Browns 20. 24-20. That's the prediction. 24-20. 17-20 would be even better, but
Okay.
But I'm gonna go 24-20.
I'm gonna go Browns 24-17, and I'm not stepping back from them rushing for 200 yards. Sean, what you got?
I agree with that. Full hardy. I feel like we're gonna run all over these dudes.
Steelers going.
If they bomb you guys in the sky, though, I also wouldn't be surprised. I would just love to see one game where I feel like whoever's in the quarterback, whether it be Baker or Case Keenum, is just in sync with Juice and OBJ. Like, I would just love to see a game like that.
That is big.
Though it's cool to know that even our secondary would run all over you guys. I just want to see us. I just want us to beat you in the air one time.
Because it's like, because the way I see it going is, if the Steelers commit to stopping the run, then you're gonna put Juice and OBJ in single coverage, and Baker gonna light them up.
You don't see that. You really don't
Yeah,
believe it. You don't. But I know for a fact you really don't believe in Baker all that great. Look, the Baker is winning games because of the running game. It's not because he's doing anything. He's not doing anything to make you say that, yeah, we got a great quarterback. Because if you did, you would sign him already. Why you didn't sign him yet then? Why didn't you sign Baker?
I'm not proclaiming that. That's not even what I'm saying.
For him
What
throwing
I'm
for
saying is
300
we have a
yards is
good
impossible.
team. We have a good team. We have a good coach.
You have a great offensive line.
Right.
You have a great defensive Myles Garrett.
Right.
One of
Speak
them
on it.
was good. He's great. He's great. Okay.
Davian Clowney.
No, he's okay, but he's not him. And Denzel Washington. I mean,
No. Whoa.
That's my call. Denzel Washington. He in and out. He can't.
Oh man, my man.
He's actually out for Sunday.
I know y'all because he can't tackle.
He got a hamstring.
Hey, first of all, we don't. I just want to let you know we don't tolerate no Denzel Ward slander in this facility.
Me neither. I love
We
it.
don't do that.
I apologize for saying that, but I'm just keeping it real. See, the man is great, but he can't tackle. When you asking your corner to tackle,
Could Deion tackle?
but Deion, he's not
They
Deion.
pay him to cover.
Look here.
They pay him to
All right,
They
cover.
come to snatch balls out the air. Pause.
Exactly.
That's what they pay him for.
Right.
They pay him to snatch ball, but no, the problem is your linebackers are not that great, so he had to come up to commit to make a tackle.
I'm gonna need you to stop all this Brown slander because I don't.
I'm just keeping it real with you, though. I'm keeping it real now. I'm keeping it real.
Okay, can you be sensitive about our Brown slander? There's a whole Brown flag behind you. That's all I'm saying.
There's a whole big Stiller man right here.
Man, I saw you grab that big snot rag on your shoulder.
Hey, it's gonna be waving. You know what? It's gonna be waving in your city like it's waving right now. The last time I checked,
And you know what? You guys are gonna need it to wipe away tears.
1999, y'all didn't have no squad. Y'all rooting for us. You Brown fans rooting for us.
We wouldn't root for you.
All you had was us on TV.
We was never rooting for this.
All you had was for TV.
Oh, he
All
tried to
you
hit.
had TV. All
You
you had was us.
trying to hurt my feelings, man? That's what you're trying to do.
I ain't mean to say that. I ain't mean to say that.
Bringing
but I'm
up old
just saying.
stuff. I tell you what, though, if nothing else, this goes to show you that Browns and Steelers fans can coexist and get along and disagree respectfully.
Except for in the immunity lot. It's free smoke in the immunity lot.
Right.
It is what it is in the immunity lot.
You don't have to resort to name calling unless you come to the immunity lot. If you come to the immunity lot, you was asking for it.
You wore that jersey. You knew what you was taking on this morning.
Exactly.
That's the difference between us Steelers fans and Pittsburgh. We don't do that to the Browns fans. We used to beating on you, so we never do anything to you. We showed up this thing. We just knew we were gonna roll out and whoop you.
Hey,
now you didn't won two
know
in a row. Now you done won 2 straight. Now y'all know how to act. That's what I'm saying. You don't know how to act now.
You're
y'all
right.
done won 2
You're right.
straight and position. What did you say? You supposed to go to the Super Bowl? What's your record?
Hey,
3-3?
little brother done
3-3?
grown up.
Are you
Little
4-3 or 3-3?
Little brother grew
No, y'all
up
have
now.
not grew up.
Let me-
You need a quarterback.
Let me say something as a
more than you.
I'm
You
gonna tell
running
you
fast.
Let me
you
say
need a
something.
quarterback. You need a quarterback. You need a quarterback.
as a
You're not
Browns
going anywhere without a
fan,
quarterback.
we've always needed a quarterback.
They
But
still
as
need
a
one, and you
well,
still
first,
need
oh
one.
no, hold on.
Steelers
Hold on.
quarterback, but what they do, they trade their first round pick for Minka Fitzpatrick.
You know what?
Right, first of
know,
all,
for a
y'all
second,
quarterback
y'all
collects
need a
Social
quarterback.
Security. I ain't trying to hear that. Big Ben collecting Social Security checks. I don't want to hear that no more. But secondly,
It's a Hall of Famer. We have a Hall of Famer on our roster. What do you have in your roster as quarterback? Have you seen one since Bernie? Is Bernie Hall of Fame?
who?
Is Bernie?
Boney Kosar?
Is he in the Hall of Fame?
Otto Graham's in the Hall of Fame, but that's neither here nor there.
I'm talking about.
Jim Brown, greatest running back of all time.
We
Greatest
talking about
running back of all
quarterbacks. We
time.
talking about quarterbacks right now. We talking about.
Well,
quarterbacks.
we are talking about quarterbacks.
You know what?
Otto Graham.
You know what? I hate to shine on Jim Brown's
Let
reign,
Otto
but Jim
Graham
Brown
come
was a
take
big.
some snaps.
Jim,
Y'all still got Ben Roethlisberger taking snaps.
They about the same age, right?
Give or take a year or two.
Same orthopedic doctor.
Jim,
Oh, I get my insoles from there too.
Jim Brown, right? Hold on. Great as Jim Brown was, he ran over little people. You do know that, right? He ran over little people. Jim Brown ran over little people.
Don't do that. That man's an activist. Don't do that.
Hey, activists or what? Beating on.
Hey, hold on.
I'm not gonna go there. I
Hold on.
won't go there. I won't go there.
Yeah, because you got Big Ben in your backet. He's
I won't go there.
he's a Steelers OJ.
Hey, but each time, you know what? Each time he did what he did, we won a Super Bowl.
So what you're saying is our quarterback's supposed to be wilding out? So basically, go find Johnny Manziel.
Hey,
Nah.
Hey, so I'll tell you what. We're going to wrap things up. Big game tomorrow. Browns Steelers, 1 p.m. Watch it. We'll talk about what happened next week. Thanks for joining the show. We Talking Sports. We'll see you next Saturday, 1 p.m.
Bye. Run it back next week.
Room.